I told y'all this weekend was going to be insane, but I don't think you all were prepared for this. Now, before I even get started in this video, I need you all to go subscribe to my new channel, Political Cinema. I will be doing a lot of updates on this story, on the failed attempt on Donald Trump's life, and a lot of political stuff. I'll be covering that stuff over on that channel. Please go subscribe if you haven't already. I told you guys that Joe Biden would be out by the end of the weekend, and here it is. At the time of this recording, it is 2:45 on Sunday, and Joe Biden is out of here. He is out of here. He is stepping down from the presidential race. We all saw this coming. He has now endorsed Kamala Harris, but folks, I'm telling you right now, we should all be concerned. I'm not so sure that Kamala Harris will be the actual nominee. Don't get me wrong, right now Joe Biden is endorsing her, but this is because of optics. This is because they want things to look good. You see, the Democratic Party, with all of their virtue signaling, they cannot bypass a black woman as president. They have to at least pretend like she's going to be the nominee for a while, but we don't know who the actual nominee is going to be moving forward. Now, it could be her, but we don't know. But what I'm here to speak about is how painfully obvious all of this is. It is so obvious. Joe Biden repeatedly said that he had no intentions of stepping down. He's been saying it ever since the debate, that he has no intentions of stepping down. Just last week, all last week, he was out doing events, talking about how he's not going to step down. Then what happens? They try to take out Donald Trump. That was their last-ditch effort. Make no mistake about it, folks. If Donald Trump was no longer with us, if Donald Trump had not moved his head in half an inch, Joe Biden would still be in this race. Joe Biden would still be trying to be president again. He stepped down because their last-ditch effort to take Donald Trump out failed. It's so painfully obvious. The guy went from saying he's not going to step down. What happened at the Donald Trump rally happened. Next thing you know, Joe Biden announces that he got sick, right? Even though I uncovered videos of this guy, Joe Biden's out at Mexican restaurants, okay, sniffing little girls. He's at gas stations, okay, talking to strong black leaders or whatever the hell they're talking about. He's been places while he's supposedly been sick. I guess he's a super spreader. I don't know. But it was obvious that after that attempt failed, Joe Biden, they went ahead and took him off the spot, out of the spotlight. Oh, Joe Biden's sick. We failed to kill Donald Trump. Now Joe Biden is sick. He can't do his speeches. He can't do any of his interviews. Sorry. He cannot come to his prior engagements. We got to cancel all of these events because they knew. They knew when Donald Trump stood up and raised his fist, they knew that Biden was out of there that very moment. Taking out Donald Trump was the last effort. And if you ask me, this is the last piece of evidence I need to show me that what they did, what happened to Donald Trump, was not a coincidence. It's way more than that. It's all part of the plan. This was the last little piece of evidence I need to see. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know everything that happened and how everything happened. But this right here, if you had any doubt in your mind that what happened at the Trump rally was shady, if you had any doubt in your mind that it was an inside job, this should seal the deal for you. It seals the deal for me. You all can think and believe what you want. I'm not going to let them pull the wool over my eyes. You're not going to sit here and make me believe that all of this is just a coincidence. 1 week after that tragic event, now Biden is out of the election? Come on, folks. It's so obvious they're not even trying. At least back in the day, they used to try. They don't try anymore. It's just all right out there in your face. But a lot of people, they're going to be so hyped up by this news that they're not going to see this news for what it really is. This is basically, in my opinion, an admission that y'all failed to take out Trump. So now you got to take down Biden and you got to try to throw someone else up against Trump. Yes, folks, I do believe that all of this is connected one way or the other. And yes, folks, we should all be extremely worried. because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop trying to get at Trump. They are desperate. They are willing to do absolutely anything, and they have proven that. Okay, we already know that there are other people who have already made threats to do similar things to Donald Trump and his VP pick, J.D. Vance. We already know that monkey see, monkey do. Other people are out there getting ready to try crazy things. And what our government is going to do is they're going to turn a blind eye when stuff like this happens. That's what happened last Saturday. Everyone in security, from local law enforcement to the Secret Service, they all knew there was a threat last Saturday at that rally. They all knew something was going on. They chose to do nothing. They chose to turn a blind eye. And in reality, Donald Trump was supposed to be 6 feet under right now, and Joe Biden was supposed to be running for re-election. But Trump turned his head in half an inch. So now Joe Biden has to step down and be replaced by God knows who. And they're going to try to rally people around this new nominee. And if you think that Donald Trump has already won the election, he has not. They are going to pull some really shady stuff. You thought the 2020 election was crazy? You haven't seen anything yet. Wait until the 2024 election. I mean, look at where we're at, folks. They're literally trying to take out Donald Trump on live television in front of thousands of people. They didn't even come up with a foolproof plan that looks like something that could actually happen. They botched it so badly that you could pick their story apart, and you can see that literally your local department store, your local Walmart has better security than Donald Trump had that day, because they knew it was part of the plan. Their plan didn't work, so now they're going with plan B. Plan B means Joe Biden has to step down, and we have to wait and see what comes next, okay? And honestly, I can't tell you what comes next because things have just gotten too crazy. Things have gone completely off the rails, and I don't think that your everyday average American understands how crazy all of this is. We are living in the craziest week or so in U.S. history, okay? In the history of America, we have never witnessed a week or 2 weeks as crazy as the ones that we are witnessing right now. And the craziest part is we still have months until the election. We have months until the election. Who knows what will transpire between now and then? But as far as this situation goes with Joe Biden stepping down, this was the last thing I needed to see. I said it before, I'll say it again. This is the last piece of evidence that I needed to see to show me what's really going on here. Because you're not going to convince me that this is just all a natural chain of events. This is all just naturally happening. No, 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 folks. They got their fingers all over this, and we're witnessing them panic in real time. We're witnessing their little plans be foiled. And like I said earlier, they're not doing a good job of hiding the reality of what's going on here. Anyone that can sit down for a few seconds and really just think about it, and you'll come to the conclusion that this is off, that this is very off, that there's something very, very wrong here. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.